Everybody, I'm Rainbow and welcome to Dimensional Walking. Today's pretty exciting for me because it's one of the first videos that I'm going to be doing where I'm talking about something that is of an interest of mine, plus it's a concern of mine. And so I wanted to bring it to the forefront and see what you guys think about this. So today's video is going to be about hacking into your dreams. And what I found out, I think that there's been a lot of information lately on this specific topic. But what I realized is that this is really significant in actually how it's going to affect us down the line, not only in our REM sleep, but also in kind of our everyday lives. And I think the one thing that I've realized that is really important is that type of sleep that we get when we've had very stressful days. And believe me, for the past couple of years, I've been having, my sleep mattered to me. And so I don't want it messed up. I don't want anybody going into my dream state and affecting me. I don't want anything going on that could affect how that restful respite that I will get before I have to go in for another day of work. So I wrote down some notes I wanted to share with you guys. And the one thing that is really interesting is that the next frontier for advertising is going to be virtual reality and holograms. But there's something else that companies are going to be doing, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, and that is they want to advertise in your dreams. Now, dream advertising is what companies are working on with scientists to engineer into your subconscious with audio and video clips. It already exists. A beer company has already tested it out in the lead up to the Super Bowl, and I think that was 56 earlier this year. In a February 4th press release, Molson Coors Beverage Company, which owns brands like Coors Light, Miller Lite, and Blue Moon, openly admitted it could manipulate your dreams so you and many others can collectively see visions of alcohol beverages dancing in your head. I don't know if I want that in my head. So, and what happens when you're not a drinker? What happens if you don't drink? Do you really want that in your dreams? So I don't like beer. I don't drink beer. But for those beer drinkers who like it, I guess it wouldn't be a problem. Now the concern is that this can interfere with natural and nocturnal memory processing. As a dimensional walker, and I'm out there in my dream body doing my work and doing the light work that is necessary for the medicine way that I'm walking. I don't want anything messing that up. I don't want to have to deal with some advertisement coming my way. I mean, just imagine there you are in your dream state, with your dream body, and there you are, and you're seeing an advertisement for beer. And how is that going to correlate to the realms that we go into as we are dealing with the dream body and the work that we're doing? I mean, imagine if there was an advertisement for some lipstick for, the amazing red color of whatever, I don't know if the dream body even cares about lips. I mean, I don't think it matters what color lipstick we wear in the dream body. I like red lipstick and pinks and stuff during the daytime, but I don't want to have to deal with advertisements with things that don't really matter in the dream state. But the one thing that I do know is that targeted dream implantations, or TDI, dates back hundreds of years. And this was with groups who value dreams for spiritual practices. So if you are trying to gain something for spiritual gain, and you're doing it to strengthen and empower your subconscious, that's a different matter. But when you're working, when somebody else is targeting you for this, for their own personal gain, I have an issue with my space, my bubble. I don't think that that's okay. In recent decades, scientists have completed experiments that demonstrate how dreams can affect our waking state. So how do the marketers do this? They team with scientists to introduce sounds and pipe smells that will shape what people dream about. So if you're part of a target study, or if you're with a group from, some, um, I'm assuming, um, whatever colleges and universities who do these types of studies, if you're willing to go in and do that, you're going to get the effects of that. Now, it can go both ways. They can actually target you and get you to where, say, for instance, if you're a smoker, they can actually go in and target you and say, hey, smoking is terrible and it's a terrible smell and you won't like it. And they can actually change your opinion of a habit that you have in the waking state, which I think is very interesting. So they have done this type of stuff to help people in the waking state have a better health. And that's different to me than this advertising beer, which I'm not interested in. So Molson Coors collaborated with a scientist who's a part assistant professor of psychiatry, and he worked on a stimulus film that, when paired with a curated 8-hour soundscape, induces relaxing, refreshing images of waterfalls, mountains, and, you guessed it, Coors. So, I mean, that's fine, but I don't think I associate waterfalls and mountains and blue skies with beer. It just doesn't do it for me. So, okay, so here's the deal. In studies, it's been found that lucid dreamers can answer questions while sleeping. Scientists used a sleep study technology to measured how to cue dreams and get them to do math. They were given directives before going to sleep, and the sleepers remembered cues from the waking life to what to do during sleep. By prompting people to lucid dream and asking them questions, scientists are proving dreams are permeable in both directions. So if there's mathematical problems and they're asking you to use some kind of, you know, geometry or whatever to solve a problem, or if it's just, division and multiple whatever, then they can ask you to give them the answer for something. And a lot of people who are really good at that kind of stuff, mathematics, they can do it. So they're saying that there's this weird connection between the waking state and the sleeping state. But there has to be that divide between the two, because we have to have the sleeping state where we have that respite in order to deal with the waking state. So it says, what I wrote down here is, this is one of the first experiments to show that people have dreams that have, let me say this one more time. This is one of the first experiments to show that people having dreams can reach out from their dream state into real life. And so that might explain sleepwalking. That might explain people talking in their sleep, talking out situations and experiences that they had in the waking state. It can explain a lot of different stuff. So the issue here for me is what happens when they take it a step further, and we're talking MK Ultra, and that has to do with the disruption of thought freedom. So if somebody's trying to advertise in my dreams, then that means that they have to either bypass thought freedom, because we have to have it, or they're figuring out a way how to go in and just do it without our permission, and it's just something that we're going to have to deal with in the future, or we're going to have to learn how to block it. And this can include microwave hearing, synthetic telepathy, and voices in the head. Now, there's kind of a difference between people who hear voices in the head who are schizophrenic and that kind of thing. And then there's people who hear voices in their head that have to do with MK Ultra. It also has to do with some alien or foreign technology. that where they're able to do that. But it's a synthetic voice. It's a voice that sounds like you, but it's not really you. It's someone else directing you with your voice, and very confusing to people because people are thinking, why am I thinking that, and why am I even saying that to myself? So, and I think that one of the signs of that Havana syndrome was actually people hearing voices in their head, migraines, and a lot of other problems that they were experiencing. So that type of technology can actually affect us in a negative way. But if advertisers are coming in, and I understand even McDonald's is possibly planning to do this, then what happens if we have a lot of these different corporations coming in and trying to target us for advertising in our REM sleep, and then all of a sudden, how is that going to affect us when we wake up in the waking state? And so how many corporations are going to be targeting us for this kind of advertisement? And how can we trust the holograms, and how can we even, trust the virtual reality that we're going to be seeing? I mean, as it stands, if you look at a lot of videos on TV, a lot of people are questioning even what they see. If people videotape spirits and ghosts and very odd things, or even aliens, people question it and they don't think it's real. So, with that being said, with the advertisers coming in and trying to implement advertisements in our heads, how is that already going to affect people who are already in a state of, confusion? So if you have different issues with the brain, and you have, I mean, it can even go to the point to how can it even affect people who have problems like tumors? So the bottom line is, I don't think this is a good idea. I mean, how is it going to affect us in the near future? I have no idea. All I know is that I think we have to figure out a way how to block it. I think that if somebody is already having problems and they're going through uh, any kind of medical treatment, that having these ads, targeting their brains is not a good thing. And I think it has to be a certain type of technology, possibly a satellite technology. It has to be something that directs waves into our brains. And I don't think that's a good idea, because how many corporations are going to be using this type of technology to get across the masses whatever they're selling? And that means that anybody could do this, and that means that it can be brought into the wrong hands, and who knows what those people are going to be doing with this type of technology. Maybe they're already doing it. So this isn't just something where it's like it's not sci-fi, folks. It's actually here. So what do we do about it? Well, I think number one, that we just have to get stronger in our ability to focus into our consciousness. I truly believe that I sleep with my labradorite, so I truly believe that my labradorite and crystals actually do help me. And I think meditation is going to be huge here. I think we're going to have to refocus, and we're going to have to kind of go within a little bit more, and try to block whatever is coming our way. I think we have that ability. I think we are actually that powerful enough of individuals to be able to do this. This is a very big concern for me, because as a dimensional walker, I don't want these things coming my way as I'm doing my research and my work. And if I'm finding out vital information, the last thing I need is some corporation coming into whatever research I'm doing, and there's an advertisement there for, you know, whatever, hot dogs, hamburgers, you name it, beer. And there's no telling what else. Cosmetics, clothes, jewelry, whatever. I don't want it in my dreams. In my waking state, that's one thing. I kind of expect it, but I don't want it in my dreams. So, tell me what you think. I don't think it's a good thing. I think that is going to be a problem in the future. I don't like this idea, especially with family members who are very young right now. I don't want this type of technology out there targeting my family members, the young ones, in the near future, and giving them commercials in their dreams. I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's right, and I do think it's against our human right to have that freedom of thought, and to have freedom of ourselves as human beings. I don't think they have that right to do that. But like I said, you tell me what you think. This is just something that bothered me that I wanted to share with you guys. Uh, and I hope I didn't come off so frantic that I didn't get my thought process down to you guys. It's just something that's really bothered me, and I thought I would share it with you today and see if I'm the only one, or if there's a lot of you out there that are very concerned with what's going on in the world today. So leave your comments and your thoughts down below. You can email Michael and I, and you know how to email us at this point. If you're a new subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for hanging around and sticking with us. We really appreciate it. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what it'll be about, but I'll figure something out. So take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.